Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and greeting. I'm Mohaiyedin Idris who would like to present my research paper titled Measuring Program Outcome POs for Diploma in Electrical Engineering Electronic CEE 111 at the UiTM Cawangan Pulau Pinang using the OBI system. First, I'd like we understand what's the meaning of the OBE. OBE is an acronym as an outcome-based education where a new mechanism of teaching and learning approach is adopted in most universities as required set by the accreditation body. OBE focus on the student achieving component after undergoing the learning process through the OBE curriculum. Two definitions of the OBE. One is from the SPEDI, where the outcome-based education means clearly focusing and organizing everything in the educational system around what is essential for all the students to be able to do successfully at the end of their learning experience. And from the Rashid, OBE is defined as an educational process that is focused at the achieving certain specific outcome in terms of individual student learning. In the OBE process, they have four main components. One is the curriculum design. Second is the teaching and learning method. Third is the assessment, and finally the continued quality improvement, we known as a CQI. All these key components are important to help the student um, to achieve the outcome which is set by the educational institution. So here most outcome which have the higher education are the PEO, POs and also the COs. PEO refer to the program educational objective are formulated in line with the institutional mission statement and stakeholder interest. It also address the graduate attainment within the 3 to 5 years after their graduate. The program outcome POs which is consists of the ability to be attained by the student before they are graduate, are formulated based on the PO. PO address mostly the knowledge, skill, and also the attribute to be attained by the student. Course outcome, okay. So it's referred to the content of the course designed by the course expert and need to be aligned with the POs. So the problem statement. If you see in each outcome component is required to be measured such as the program outcome. So the analysis, if you see, is become more challenging and complicated when the total student in the course are increasing. And also if you see the CQI process on the program level become more susceptible to the human error. So therefore, a systematic online tool need to be designed to overcome this problem. So this is the method which is proposed, where if you see they have two main part. One is the graphical user, this one is the graphical user, and also the database design. So all this system work as a online system. So the graphical user, this graphical user is designed by using the Microsoft Visual C Sharp, and also the database design based on the Microsoft SQL server. So the first step here is the OBE data section. So all the measuring PO in the program is using a special template. This one is a special template known as a course template. Okay, so course coordinator will be use this template to put all the assessment mark obtained by the student. So the mark is obtained by the student is based on the OBE, which is consists of the CO's marks and also the PO's marks. So after that, the generate overall marks is then uploaded into the database by using the graphical user interface, known as OBNS graphical user interface. Okay. So after all the mark is uploaded into the database, so the unit OBE will be using the same template, to analyze the achievement of the program. okay, to analyze the achievement of the program. For example, like this. Okay, if you see here, we have the number of students and also the mark obtained by each student based on the PO marks. So this one we have the PO marks here. Okay, so uh, in UiTM Cawangan Pulau Pinang, they use two type of measuring, which is known as a PO average and also the PO density. Okay, so based on this measurement, the DPA analyze uh, degree program achievement uh, is proposed to monitor the strength of the program, and then the CQI report based on the program level is produced. So if you see here, we have uh, uh, we have the number of student taking some courses, for example course A, B and C, which is mapped to the PO1. Okay, so this is the mark obtained by each student to the related courses, and the average mark is calculated for each courses, so that the student obtain the PO marks here. Okay, so for example, for the first student, okay, so we have three courses A, B, C, which is mapped to the PO1, and the mark is obtained. Here is 70 for the first course, 80 for the second course, and 90 for the third course, and the average mark for these courses is 80. Okay, so this is the average mark for uh, obtained by the first student, and so on lah for the student second until the total student which is have in the certain batch. Okay, so so to measure the PO average here, so the total by using this formula, so the average mark obtained by each student is divided with the total number of students. So we have a mark obtained by each student. For example, the first student 80, 75, the second student, and third, and so on, and divide with the total number of students. For this case, let's say we have the first batch we have total student 5, so we divided with the 5, and this is the PO average. While for the PO density, we see how much the mark obtained by the student is exceeds more than 50. So for example, for this example, if we see um, the mark which is score higher than 50 is 3 students. So over with 5 and time with the 100%. So the PO density is 60% here. So this is the how um, to measure the PO average and also the PO density. And here is the graph obtained by the intake September 2020. Uh, if we see, this is we have the KPI setting for the PO average, which is set at the 65, and PO density PO density KPI is around 75%. Yeah. Okay, and this is the DPA analysis. So basically, here the DPA is to monitor the program strength for each batch, refer to the type of analysis. So if you see for the batch, okay, the first batch, which is at the September 2020, for this batch, they are in the semester 1, and if you see the trend here, we can monitor the trend obtained by each semester, and the KPI level for the DPA is the 50, and also same for the PO. So if you see as a conclusion, an effective PO measurement tool has been developed known as OB ANAS. So using these interactive online tools, the system able to measure the individual PO attainment and then use it to measure the PO average and also the PO density attainment. So the PA analysis also is proposed for each measurement type to know the trend and also the strength of the program. And finally, each analysis is positioned with the KPI as a target indicator to know the program performance. So thank you. That's all for my presentation. Assalamualaikum.